What is going on today, guys? A here, and today we're bringing you a Hail team. I've been using Hail here pretty recently on my in-game ladder, and I really like Vanilluxe. This isn't the exact team I've been using. I've kind of been using a variation of this, but Vanilluxe is super good. Now, before we get into all this, I really want to thank you guys. The channel has been seeing a lot of growth. I've gotten like 10 extra subscribers in the past 2 days, which for me seems like a lot. Getting a lot of likes on my videos, getting a lot of feedback on my videos. There's been a ton of views on my videos, and if you're new here, leave a like, subscribe if you like what you see, and I really want to let's try to hit 30 likes on this video, guys. I think we can. We're getting the views to definitely do it, so I think we definitely can. So let's hit 30 likes on this video, and yeah, if you like what you're seeing, just go ahead and subscribe. Now, I want to get into this team. This is actually just going to be a team breakdown video. I'll post a battling video with this team later tomorrow. This video, I'm recording this on the 15th. It should be going up on the 16th, which is a Thursday, and then I'll post a battling video. I might post it later that day, later tomorrow, or I'll post it Friday. But I want to start kind of shortening my videos a little bit. So we'll get right into this. As you can see Vanilluxe right here is running Focus Sash, and the thing that makes Vanilluxe great is it can set its own Hail, and it has Aurora Veil. Now, Aurora Veil is, we've talked about it on the channel before, it just halves damage for 5 turns. It's basically Light Screen and Reflect in one move, but you can only set it in Hail. So it's got some drawbacks, but Vanilluxe makes it a great candidate to set it. Also, after it's set, Vanilluxe with Blizzard does so much damage. I was so surprised at how much damage output Vanilluxe actually has. One thing with Vanilluxe too is ice or water types, kind of wall ice type, so freeze dry is just a great move overall. And then we have Protect for coverage. Protect's really big in VGC, but adds a little bit of mind games. Protect can really win you games, so I like having Protect on as many mons as I can. An interesting pair that I found for Vanilluxe is Inteleon. Now this is Choice Specs Inteleon, Snipe Shot, Blizzard, Dark Pulse, Air Slash. Inteleon's special attack stat is high, like it's super high. So having Blizzard inside Hail for that 100% accuracy on Inteleon for the spread damage is super good. Snipe Shot is just a good move overall. It has a high critical hit ratio. I actually learned today that Snipe Shot doesn't actually hit Gastrodon. Like if Gastrodon's out on the field and you're trying to hit the other slot, Snipe Shot will always hit the other slot, so you don't have to worry about Gastrodon in that aspect. Dark Pulse adds a little bit of support if you decide to Dynamax Inteleon. It can lower the target's special defense, making your moves stronger. And then we have Air Slash for speed control. Inteleon's already super fast. It hits 189 speed, so it's really in a good speed tier as far as Tailwind, because a lot of the times a Dragapult at +1 will outspeed most mons, even if they're in Tailwind. And then there's also Scarf Darmanitan. Inteleon outspeeds both of those, a Dragapult at +1 and a Scarf Darmanitan if Inteleon's in Tailwind. So I really like that part of Inteleon. Then we have Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr's super bulky behind Aurora Veil, and it kind of like runs. I think Conkeldurr's like top 3 Pokemon right now in this meta. Assault Vest Conkeldurr is just super good. You can even run Conkeldurr with Iron Fist, because a lot of people are scared to burn Conkeldurr at the risk of it being Guts. So having Iron Fist is definitely a possibility. I probably wouldn't run Sheer Force because you tend to Dynamax Conkeldurr a lot, but Iron Fist definitely is a possibility for just that immediate boost in all your moves, because as you can see, 3 out of the 4 of them are punching moves, and you can even change the last one to Fire Punch or something like that. But running Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, and Rock Slide. Thunder Punch is there to cover mons like Corviknight, Togekiss, Milotic, Gyarados, all those right there. I mean, definitely a great flying type coverage, especially with Rock Slide. Rock Slide, this Conkeldurr is EV to live a Dynamax Charizard's Max Airstream if it's in the sun. So it will even live a Solar Power, Life Orb, Charizard Max Airstream if you're also Dynamax. So you always win that matchup with Max Rockfall. Breaking the Whimsicott Sash on the other side is usually how it goes. after that, and then you can hit the Whimsicott with like Eiscue or something, or Inteleon Air Slash just to clean it up. But so that's how that's EV'd. I actually in game I have a 0 IV speed. I don't think the 0 IV speed really matters. The reason I just kept it because I happened to get it while I was breeding. But it hits 50 speed. I like 50 without the minus nature, because you know for a fact that you outspeed other Conch Elders outside of Trick Room, because Conch Elders usually ran with Trick Room. So you know that you'll outspeed other Conch Elders outside of Trick Room, and you also know that inside of Trick Room they always outspeed you. So it can play some mind games with the other opponent, because they might think that you're playing like an RNG game, like or speed tying, and they're not wanting to bet on the speed tie, so they might make a switch that they don't need to make, or they might not even target Conch Elder at all. And playing those knowing that information and them not can make a big difference. I've actually been in a game where I had that situation arise where it was a 1v1 against another Conch Elder, and we were both at around 50% HP, but I knew that I was faster, so I Drain Punched. Had we both speed tied, the smart play would have been to Mach Punch both of us. We just Mach Punch twice, and whoever wins the speed tie wins. But since I knew I was faster, I Drain Punch turn 1, and he Mach Punch because that was the optimal play. But then turn 2, I was able to just Mach Punch, and I knew I would outspeed with Mach Punch. So having that information on your side of the field is definitely beneficial, in my opinion. Next we have Whimsicott for Tailwind support. I'm actually running an expert belt Whimsicott. I think, who was it? Tutpup, maybe, that ran the expert belt Whimsicott. It was him or Sajin that ran the expert belt Whimsicott. It does so much damage. I was so surprised at how much damage expert belt Whimsicott does. I've actually clutched out a lot of games by saving Whimsicott in the back and just bringing it in as an attacker, like not as a support Pokemon, but as a Pokemon that actually is supposed to deal damage and clean up the rest of the mons. It does so much damage with Expert Belt. I've got Tailwind Protect for Fake Out. Like if you want to set Tailwind and they lead a Fake Out mon, always Protect. It's a smart play, because if they Fake Out and then they also double into that slot, they think they're breaking a Focus Sash, but either way, even if they were to Fake Out and then Airstream or something into that slot, Steel Spike, then they're going to get the KO. So if they ever lead a Fake Out mon, always Protect. So that's why I like Protect on Whimsicott. We got Moonblast and Energy Ball. Moonblast I use a lot. The secondary effect of dropping special attack by 1 is very helpful. And then Energy Ball is really nice because it actually drops special defense, making Whimsicott, Vanilluxe, Inteleon, and Alchemy just all that much stronger. This team is very specially offensive, so getting the drops from like Max Darkness and Energy Ball actually make a lot of difference. And then we have Eiscue. I wasn't a big fan of Eiscue. I've seen Eiscue use some, but to me it was just kind of like a I don't know what you want to say, an off-brand Mimikyu to me. But Eiscue's damage output is fairly decent. It hits 132 attack, which isn't huge, but its ability to Dynamax and reset Ice Face with Vanilluxe and its own Max Hailstorm, and even an Inteleon Max Hailstorm, is so big. Like, I had one game where Eiscue just swept because they would keep breaking Ice Face. I would reset it. I had Vanilluxe in the back, so I knew that after my Dynamax was over, we were kind of playing a weather war. I knew that after Dynamax was over, I could bring in Vanilluxe and reset Ice Face again, and then I could switch out Vanilluxe and do what I needed to. But having Ice Face with the ability to switch the weather with so many different mons on this team is really huge. I'm running Life Orb on it. It helps its damage output even more. I have you can see I have 220 speed EVs. That's just to hit 107. That's so it outspeeds Dragapult by 1 after a Tailwind. If Eiscue is in its broken face form, this EV spread hits 195 speed. I did learn that. And I think its attack goes up, but like in Ice Face form, its defenses are kind of bulkier, and then when it's in broken form, the attack and stuff goes up. So to me, having Mach Punch plus Eiscue is super big because you can lead Eiscue Conkeldurr, break Ice Face, have huge damage output, and because of the dynamic speed, you go first before most other mons outside of like Dragapult. You would go first, KO whatever over there, and then you could use something like Max Hailstorm. So after you use it, you just reset Ice Face, and then they would attack you or attack Conkeldurr, whichever one, and Ice Face would either break again, or if they use a special move, it would just deal damage to you. Because if you don't know, Ice Face doesn't block special attacks. I'm running Icicle Crash and Liquidation. Liquidation is really big in case I do want to reset Ice Face. I can change the weather from hail to rain and then back to hail if I don't have any other options to change the weather in that game. Iron Head for defense boost. Getting defense boost on Conkeldurr is big because it's really specially defensive with the AV, but being able to boost its defense is really big even more. And then I have Protect, just because like I said before, having Protect on VGC is kind of the bread and butter of VGC moves. And then the last one that really surprised me is Alchemy. Alchemy is actually very bulky. This Babiri Berry set lives Excadrill Max Steel Spike. Living an Excadrill Max Steel Spike is huge. It also, you can see I've just got a plus nature and special defense. That plus nature is so big. You can see it's 155. I think that's even more special defense than what Galarian Weezing has in defense, and Galarian Weezing's defense is huge. So just having that plus nature and the special defense makes it so bulky on the special side. I don't think you get one shot by anything. I have Sweet Veil. This keeps Pokemon from falling asleep. I do like Aroma Veil too. I think if you were running like Trick Room or something, maybe even Aroma Veil on this team, because you don't want your Whimsicott to be taunted, and you also don't want your Vanilluxe to be taunted, so having Aroma Veil on this team isn't a horrible idea. I've got Decorate. That raises a Pokemon's attack and special attack. Decorate pairs well with Eiscue, Conkeldurr, and Inteleon. Decorate any three of those mons and you will probably sweep the team. Conkeldurr is just super bulky, and people are going to be really scared of it if it's at +2 and Dynamax, so you're going to be they're going to be trying to hard counter Conkeldurr, and then you can use whatever is in the other slot to kind of take out the rest of their mons as they're hard focusing Conkeldurr. Inteleon's just super fast. And then Broken Face Eiscue, like I said, is base 195 speed, so it's super fast too. And I've also got Protect on Alchemy. I couldn't really find a better move than Protect there. I had Fake Tears, but with Helping Hand, I didn't really use Fake Tears that much, so I changed Fake Tears to Protect. And then Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam, it two-shot a non-AV Conkeldurr earlier. I don't know exactly how much it does to mons like Dragapult and stuff. Like, I've only played about 7 games with this team, and I didn't run into a Dragapult at all, but I will say I won all 7 games. So I feel like this team is a broken hyper offense hell team. I think the kind of core of this team would probably be Vanilluxe, Inteleon, Conkeldurr, Whimsicott. Those are the mons I usually bring. I would usually lead like Whimsicott and Inteleon and bring Vanilluxe, Conkeldurr in the back. Vanilluxe, Conkeldurrs are really strong lead too, just because you can set up Aurora Veil. Conkeldurr's taking half damage. If I lead that, I like to bring Eiscue in the back, and probably Alchemy, sometimes Inteleon, depending on if I think I can have the weather up the whole time for Inteleon to just spam blizzards. But this team is super broken, and like I said, I will be posting a team battling. This is the team breakdown, so I'll post the battling video maybe later tomorrow, maybe on the same day this one goes up. I'm gonna schedule this one for in the morning, so maybe the same day this one goes up I'll post the battle video, but definitely keep an eye out for that. Once it's up, I'll leave a link of it in the description below. And yeah guys, like I said, I think this team is really fun to use. Hail is usually considered the worst of the weathers in VGC, especially this year. 2020 sand is kind of like taken over, and then you have sun with Charizard. Rain teams, I don't really see rain teams a lot, but there's definitely more rain teams than there are hail teams, and I think this one is a real contender for a weather team. So If you like what you saw, leave a like, subscribe, and with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.